Okay, hello and welcome everyone to the final session of our 5-week Occmed Booster Dooster program. We have certainly enjoyed having everyone with us. I have Dave Soslovsky joining us as well today. Say hi, Dave.
Hello, everybody.
And Dave is going to be monitoring the chat. So I have the slides up. So maybe just give us a shout out and tell us that you can see the slides okay? Okay. All right. Let's get started again. Welcome all to Module 3 of the Occmed Booster Dooster workshop. This session will start with the clinic tour. Of course, I'm Dr. Larry Earle, Urgent Care Mentor, and joined by Dave Soslovsky from Web for Doctors. So Dave is going to be monitoring the chat because I can't see it. So if you have questions, we'll hit those at the appropriate times. And let's get started. So one of the goals of all marketing efforts to potential occupational medicine clients is to get them to come in for this tour of the facility. When they commit to this, there's a really high likelihood that they will at least try you out. And before we get really started into all that today, I just want to summarize our progress so far because it all leads up to this finale of inviting prospective employer clients to come in for the tour and sign on as new clients. All right, in Module 1, of course, we did the market analysis, first mapping out our employee base and our selected radius. Then we did a competitive analysis and calculated our potential market share. Then we had all that plugged into the analyzer spreadsheet, which gave us our potential expected revenues, an 18-month ramp-up projection, and staffing and expense calculations to determine potential profitability. Then in Module 2, the sale, we developed our employer prospect lists, presented the sales, staff, and clinic manager training. And then last week, we went over how to conduct the very powerful provider after hours calling campaign and reviewed front desk participation and Occmed terminology so they can speak to prospective employers responding to our campaigns. We presented 3 of my favorite ways to track progress to keep the staff accountable for our outreach campaigns and bring in these new clients. First, we looked at setting up stages using drop-downs in Google Sheets. Then we took the what's called the Kanban card approach and the same process with Trello. And finally, my current favorite project management application is Asana. I pretty much use that for all of my projects now. And of course, these things, all of these project management type applications can be used for many functions and projects in the practice. So I would encourage you to become familiar with these last 2, particularly Asana. I really like this one. And again, anything that you want to track, marketing campaigns, training checklists, any compliance things in the clinic, really anything that needs action, monitoring, tracking. These are just really nice tools to do that. Whichever one you use, doesn't matter, but you should be using something to keep track of all these things. Okay, so that's my spiel on Asana. So all these efforts, the sales staff or clinic managers going out to visit prospective clients, telemarketing campaigns, the provider after hours calls, all these lead employer prospects to come in and visit for the clinic tour. In fact, this should be really one of your most important Occmed sales productivity metrics is how many employers come in for a tour. Because when you want to measure something, when you want a metric, you want it to be meaningful. And we know that when people come in for a tour and they like what they see, you have an extremely high probability of gaining that individual or that company as a new client.
Also,
so today in Module 3, go ahead, Dave.
I was going to say, it really shows that they're an extreme interest because they're taking the time. Sometimes it's more than one person will take the time and go take a tour of your facility, and it's these people are generally very busy, and they don't it means that they're very seriously looking at this.
Exactly, yeah, and that's what I found. If they actually come in for the tour, and that's what all these efforts are for, you really have to kind of screw it up at this point to not get them to at least try you out. So if you can bang it up with this final tour process and really impress them that you know what you're doing, you're going to get a new client. Okay, so let's go to the tour. Now, I've said before that this clinic tour, the way we do it is choreographed, scripted event to guide a prospect through the features of your practice, but also show them the benefits. Okay, it's features and benefits, not just, oh, I have an X-ray machine, but how does that benefit them as a company?